going to start learning about landforms and lines. You might think, Dr. A, why are we learning about landforms in art? Well, because artists need to know a lot of things to create works of art. And we're going to be working on landscapes, so we need to know the shapes that the lines or that the landforms come in and what kind of lines artists would use to represent them. So to get started, you have your idea book. Mine looks a little different. Mine has a red cover. You're going to turn to the next blank page. So you probably have a first day self-portrait here in the beginning. You don't have as many pages in your book as I do in mine, but you're going to turn to where you see 2 blank pages right here. And what we're going to do is turn our worksheet over, and we're going to get out our glue stick and we're going to draw a rectangle with an X in it, close our glue stick and put it away, flip our worksheet over, and we're going to gently rub until it's safely attached. Now, we're going to be using parts of this after we watch our short video, but for now, we're going to collect types of lines. So don't worry about the landform names for right now. Don't worry about the practice. We're just looking at this center column, types of line. So what types of lines can you think of? I can think of zigzag lines. They go up and down and up and down. I can think of wavy lines. Maybe they go like this. Or maybe the wavy lines go like this. I can think of bumpy lines. Some bumpy lines hop like a bunny, and some swing like a monkey. These would be bumpy. What other kinds of lines? Straight lines. What about vertical lines, diagonal lines, and horizontal lines? Take a minute to collect your lines, and there are even some here for some we didn't mention. When you have at least 5 different kinds of lines, let's count how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got 7. We're only looking for 5 different kinds of lines. When you have some lines collected in your type of line column of our chart, put your pencil down and come onto the carpet, please. Now we're going to see if we can match the landforms that we learned about with our types of lines. You might do some and not others, and that's okay. I have a long list of landforms and bodies of water on here. So actually, I think this one kind of lines up. So how can I take a zigzag line and make it look like a mountain? One way is to connect it to both sides of my box and to make the lines different size bumps. And then I can add some extra detail lines like snow-capped mountains, or I could even add some valleys in here where the lines keep going. See how I did that? Planes are usually pretty flat, so I think this straight line would be a better line for planes. And since it goes all the way across, I think of plains being grassy, so I'm going to add some little short vertical lines and create a nice grassy flat area. Hills. That's a tricky one. I see a couple of lines that might work for hills. This wavy one and this bumpy one, not that one. So I can make hills that go like this. But I could also make hills that go like this. Volcanoes are mountains that kind of have the scoop taken out of them. So I'm going to go ahead and make a zigzag line. And then this is going to be my volcano, so I'm just going to take a little scoop out It's where it's blown its top. Maybe there's some lava running down. I might want to separate it from my other mountains. River deltas are a little tricky. That does look like a river line. I'm going to skip that one and go on to buttes, mesas, and plateaus. Now we know plateaus are large, mesas are medium, and buttes are small. Well, smallish, it depends. These are wide and these are tall. So I think I might need to use some vertical, diagonal, horizontal lines so that I can make some lines that go up and down like this. I think of buttes as being tall and skinny, and mesas as being kind of low and flat. You make your own kind of line. Rivers can be curvy, or this nice bumpy line that swings like a monkey would be good. This kind of looks like water. I think that's probably more of an ocean line. That looks like the waves in the ocean to me. Rivers are tricky. They could be wavy lines that flow along your paper, or maybe you have some hills and the rivers flow down toward you like an S, like that. So I think wavy lines would probably be best for that one. You can experiment, but you're going to pick at least 3 lines to add to your landforms landscape. I think I'll choose mountains. I really like these mesa lines. And maybe a river. Now I'm ready to create my landforms landscape. I'm going to use a black piece of paper and turn it horizontally. I want to go ahead and make sure that my teacher's letter and 1 for first grade is on here and circle it. Next to that, I'm going to write my name. My name is Dr. A. Please don't put Dr. A on your paper. You write your name here. Then we're going to turn this paper over and we're going to pick some landforms that we collected and we're going to stretch them out across our paper. I like to think of the biggest things at the top and make the smaller things come down the page. So we're going to start with our mountains at the top. I might even throw a volcano in there. I don't know. All right. I'm going to keep my lines pretty simple for today because the next part gets very difficult if it's too much detail. So I'm going to start over here and I'm going to make my mountain come up. And then I'm going to have a smaller mountain and maybe one more that you can't quite see all of it. I think I want this to be a volcano, so I'm going to take a scoop out of the top. I'm not going to put any lava dripping or anything like that. I can always add that later. I think I'm going to go ahead and add some hills. So I'm going to make some nice rolling hills here. And maybe some mesas and buttes. So I'm going to have my line that comes up like this and maybe sticks up. Oh, I like that. So I have 1, 2, 3 lines. 1, 2, 3 landscapes or landforms. Mountains, volcanoes, I have hills, I have mesas and buttes, and then I think I want a little river coming down here. I'm going to make a curvy S line, this wavy line that's going to come diagonally across here, and it's going to get wider as it comes down. Look at my river snaking out there. Oh, I love that. Okay, now for the hard part. We're going to take our lines and we're going to trace over them with glue. I'm going to use this white glue, but you're going to use the liquid glue on your table or whatever kind of liquid glue you have. This happens to be Crayola washable glue. You can use any kind of glue. And you're going to squeeze and drag. So I'm going to squeeze and drag so that I'm getting a glue line. Whoops, I went off the line a little bit, but that's okay. If I miss a little spot, I'm just going to go back and put a little bit more on there. And you're going to keep doing that until you have all of your lines out. Okay, you might have noticed that I added a circle up in the sky. I haven't decided if I want it to be the sun or the moon, but since they're both circles from the way we see them, I can put that and decide later. Once everything is traced in glue, we're going to carefully carry it to the drying rack. Be sure that you do not set your paper on top of someone else's gluey drawing. We'll be adding chalk pastel to this next time.